Sewing by Doris Charest. This is a really fun way to add texture to your painting. Keep in mind that you cannot do this exercise on board. You can only do it on paper or canvas. You can actually sew through a canvas. It's a little harder, but it's very doable. Some people actually use the sewing machine and sew elements onto their painting. This is easier if you use a paper and you add paper elements or other very light elements to your painting. For this exercise, we will hand sew items. So the first step for me is to hand sew this leaf on. This is one of the leaves that you can buy. It's called a de-veined leaf. I actually tried to de-vein my own leaves at one time and found out how much hard work it was. So I decided I was going to buy them from then on. They're not very expensive. You can buy a package for under $7 and they come in different sizes. The price does vary according to the size. This is a lot of work to do on your own to devein these leaves, so it's well worth the price. Now, what I'm using is a heavy embroidery thread. I want the heavy thread to show the texture. The texture is really what I'm interested in. I like texture and I like adding it to my paintings. So I missed a spot here. It didn't quite go through. Sometimes what can happen is you can damage your paper. You have to be very careful about that part. Now I have a square format in this painting and I'm going to try to repeat some of these elements. See how the yellow thread is subtle, but at the same time it creates a texture and a line in the painting that's very interesting. It's different from the other things that you have on there. I have mostly collage elements and a photo transfer. Actually, some of the other elements are from the frottage video, and you can look that up in the under frottage. That's Frottage. Now I'm going to follow through on the rectangular format. I'm going to repeat the linear element and I'm going to repeat all those lines to help bring it together. Repetition is one of the key elements in composition, and the more you repeat, the more your eye blends the pieces together. So here I have a line that goes through the leaf and a smaller segmented one at the top. And now I'm going to make my way around the painting. I'm going to not add straight boxes. I'm adding segments of line. If I was drawing this, keep in mind that when you use thread, it's like doing a drawing. I'm adding this in a way that it looks like it's a line. It could be a drawing. I could have used a pen or ink and drawn it. Now be careful to tie your string or your thread very well. I'm having trouble making my knot, but I'm going to make sure that the knot goes through and it's tied properly. So here we go. We have linear elements that are repeated using thread. Have fun doing this. Remember, you're only as limited as your imagination. You can add thread in any shape or form that you like. So that's Sewing by Doris Charest.